Hello, Capricorn. Welcome to your weekly reading. This is going to be for the week of the 19th to the 25th of June. So let's have a little look together and see what's going on for you guys. Let's see, please. Let's move this stuff out the way. All right, for Capricorn, please, Spirit. Some of you, I don't know if you have anyone in Spirit with the initial E or E means something. All right. For Capricorn, please. One more. Okay. 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 There's a few stories I'm already getting for you guys, and I will show you the cards, and we're gonna pull more out in a second, but the few things are coming to mind. Now, for some of you, I am seeing you reconciling with some people, or, making amends with people, or just forgiving the people who have done you wrong in your life. Some of you will be accepting them in, but you are kind of letting it go. Others of you might be working on certain connections with people this week, which is good. Some of you are going to be creating things, which I like as well. There is a heavy emphasis on collaboration and building something, okay? The next thing I'm going to say is that for some of you, if you are in a kind of bit of a loop with someone where it feels like they're always kind of doing something to annoy you and it's on and off, they're kind of saying to try to stop the cycle if you feel like you need to, because for some of you, you kind of are feeling like you need to, even if it's a job, by the way, it doesn't just have to be to do with like relationships. It could be friendships. It can just be to do with, I don't know, living with someone, family members, whatever it may be. Whatever it is in your situation, Capricorn. It feels like what they're wanting you to do is to make peace with it, but at the same time, listen to your intuition and listen to your gut feeling when it's telling you that this just isn't really working for you. Because there is this energy that you're feeling at this time in whatever area of your life that I could carry on doing this and I could try and I could put this effort in, but for some reason I feel like I want a fresh start, or I want something new in my life. Because for some of you, it's not, I think that this something could grow, or at least there's a path for it to grow, but they're kind of asking you, like, deep down, do you think that's really fulfilling? And I don't know why it's coming through. And they're really asking you to sit with yourself, to take a bit of a break, to really sit with yourself and ask yourself that question. And by the way, pay attention to your dreams. Some of you, if you're praying before your dreams, or I would definitely recommend that. For some reason it's just coming in for you guys. I definitely would recommend you to do some sort of prayer or some sort of affirmation before you sleep, to get really clear vision in your dreams, because for some of you, you have that ability to do that. But anyway, and I think it is going to speak something to you. Okay, there'll be some meaning there, so pay attention to it. Let me pull the cards and I will show you. Let's see, please, for Capricorn this week. Well, next week. All right, interesting. Can I clarify that for Capricorn? Okay, the challenge for the week. Interesting. The challenge could be to do with, again, like family members or friends, or, past memories, or maybe some of you feel like you owe people something because you know them or they're your friends. Just pay attention to that. Okay, that's coming up in your past, or it's nostalgic energy. It's coming up as your blockage though. Alrighty, let me just look at these, because you have a very interesting message and I want to make sure I get it right and see everything that needs to be seen. So again, I am picking up on this energy that Spirit does want you to kind of slow down. Like, don't take action if you don't feel called towards taking it. The Hanged Man actually puts himself in this position to see something differently. So if you're feeling like something needs a change, then before you give to something, or for some of you, okay, I'm also picking up, some of you might actually be really charitable at this time. And I did hear the word pilgrimage. Don't know what that means, if I'm being honest with you, but hey, I think it's something, like to do with the reflection or something. Anyway, it's when you kind of, like, what they're saying is when you separate yourself from the thing that's causing you some sort of confusion, and you're no longer really looking at that and maybe distracting yourself in a bit more of enlightenment, which that word did come up for Taurus, so maybe it's just an earth sign thing at the moment. Is what you're seeking is some sort of enlightenment in something, is some sort of epiphany, and I do see you getting that, but it feels like you have to put yourself in this hanged man position. You have to take yourself out of the mix for a little bit and actually really look at it from a different perspective, and that's what's going to give you enlightenment. And it can be a tough situation. You might actually really have to, maybe some of you might go on a bit of like a spiritual retreat or a holiday, or just take some time off to really think, or maybe stop speaking to somebody for a while, which I'm not picking up completely on this, but for some of you, you do have two people here who you give a lot to. And I think that these people aren't really very specific message, okay? I'm just going to say this week, there are two people who aren't really in a position where they can give back to you the way that you give to others. I think you're a very beautiful energy. You are showing up as this lady in the middle here, Capricorn, in this card, which I don't always see, but it's almost like you guys really give blessings to people. You give people things. You have, whether it's just your love, resources, your time, it does mean a lot. And you might have a lot of people around this time who do want something from you, who want your energy, want your time, even if it's just children. Some of you it might be. But there's this energy of maybe needing to take a little bit of a time out rather than always giving and always, giving to these people's needs. I think these people have the ability to do something themselves, but because you are the peacekeeper, or because you are that person that they can so easily turn to because you are a very kind person, I feel like that's their first result rather than fixing it themselves for some of you, okay? That's just what I'm picking up on. So this hanged man is like, actually, I'm going to put my hands behind my back. I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to observe. And that's what the hanged man is all about. So this is the approach that they're kind of asking you to take. Here, as you can see. Six of Pentacles is usually a card where I said it can be a career card. It can be about your finances. It's also sixth house energy. So again, it's your career, you're trying to balance certain areas of your life maybe as well. But it's my card of like what you are paying attention to and making sure that's balanced. And if you're constantly trying to give to other people, especially if it's multiple, then when do you get time for yourself? And I feel like maybe that's just what it is. All right, so the first card you had in your Oracle deck was Mending, which is a really nice card, really. It's about working together with people. It is a card of, fixing what is broken. This can also just be going over a plan, and if that's what's broken, then we're kind of mending it, we're kind of fixing it, we're adjusting it. Some of you will be receiving help from others at this time. Mending could even be, for some reason in this visual, I'm seeing that these people can mend something by themselves if that's where you are in the reading. But the next card that you have after mending, making peace with something, fixing what may be broken, we have the thinker energy, which is where we're actually like, do I want to stay in this? I can continue to move forward and climb, the path ahead, but do I really want to? And is that motivating for me enough? If I feel this way now, how am I going to feel later down the line? And of course, things can change. But usually when this card comes up, Capricorn, the person who I'm reading for tends to take that leap of faith. It's almost like mixed in with a bit of a full card for me. Either you can carry on, climb the ladder and see where it takes you, or you can just do something completely new. And when you kind of have that thought process, maybe you do have your eyes on something else, or maybe not. The Hanged Man is, again, when we kind of take ourselves out from something and observe and see how we feel and see what we see in the world, then we can get an idea, we can get a bit more clarity, because that's what the card is about. So the next card after that is Time for a Nap. So this is about paying attention to your dreams. Usually this card is like a part 2 of another card in the deck, where it's the Observer card. So when you observe, you will get to where it is that you want to go. So yeah, this is kind of like a good meaning about that. But also, it's time for a nap. It's time for a rest. All right, some of you might need that break. So in your blockage position, you do have the Queen of Wands. These could be people, because you do have 2 court cards here. All right, King of Cups and Queen of Wands. This could be you and somebody else. All right, maybe your emotions or your expressing expressing your emotions might be a bit of a challenge for you, whether it's expressing too much or expressing too little. It could be impacting a relationship. These could be two people outside yourself as well. If this was going to be you, this could be a part of you that's, what could be a blockage is maybe your confidence, your independence, and your ability to manage your emotions, because that's what these two can mean, okay? If that's you. But for others of you, it's different people. Okay, what's the advice for Capricorn this week? Seven of Swords tried to come out just then. All right, what is the advice for Capricorn this week? I said it was wanting to come out, Capricorn. Now look at it. It did continue to come out. Your advice, okay, I do have two messages for this. Your advice is to pay attention to the people around you. Are they really supporting you, or are they holding you back? Again, there's a little bit of maybe selfishness, and that's all it can really mean. It's people who aren't doing things the right way and doing it in the way that they know they're going to win. So again, some of you, this could relate back to the message I said about people just using you as the first resort rather than the last, even when you've asked them not to. It could be just people kind of pushing boundaries. I don't like hearing noises in my house when I'm alone. It's weird. You have the Seven of Swords here. So it's kind of sneaky. It's kind of selfish. It's could even be healing a feeling of guilt when you have to leave people to do it on their own. And sometimes that's a really hard thing to do, especially if you were a parent. You can feel shame. You can feel guilt, but just make sure you're kind of healing through what could be causing that. Clarify the Seven of Swords, please. Four of Wands. I think that came up reversed here, if you could see that. How I swore it was in reverse. So some of you, it might actually be deciding to make peace with something, but to just not engage with it. Some of you could be calling off an engagement or be watching someone else call off an engagement. For some of you, what I do see is that you could be witnessing like other people's relationships, and that just seems to be what's coming up. It's Four of Wands. Some of you could be ending friendships here, because Four of Wands is usually, when it's in the upright, it's like community, and it's like engagement, it's people coming together, it's celebration, all right? And it can also be 11-11. So for it being in reverse is kind of the opposite of that. It seems to be a falling apart of people who did once come together, you see. One more for the Seven of Swords. Is this what's the meaning behind this? So we can get some more clarity on it. So to clarify is the Eight of Swords and the Two of Pentacles. So instead of people, again, I really get this very strong, and this could even be yourself, by the way, this feeling of being stuck and kind of sitting in that for too long without actually doing the juggling, doing the balancing, working it out for yourself. So some of you, I don't think it's really to do with you. I do think it's some people. But if you do need to hear that message, and this is coming through as a bit of advice, okay, some of you might be self-sabotaging because when something goes wrong, or if it doesn't go to plan, or you could be really kind of pushing yourself to a corner and not allowing yourself to actually realize that you are completely capable of finding the solution. For others of you, I feel like this could be people around you who are very stuck. They could try work it out, but they're refusing to, because they're in this kind of, maybe for some of you, it might be a little bit of emotional manipulation or blackmail. I don't know. It's almost like, oh, you're just going to leave me in this stuck energy. This is the self-sabotaging that could be coming from some people around you. It's like, you're just going to leave me stuck here, and so you try to fix it for them. I don't think you're doing that anymore. I don't see you doing that anymore. I think whatever connection this is, it could be one person, could be two, could be a relationship, could be a work situation. I think it's damaged your confidence in yourself. It's not giving you a lot of time to give that to yourself, to work on yourself. And also your emotions, I think it's taking its toll. So, very big epiphany coming from you guys that's really going to cause you to just sit back and allow other people to sort their own mess out so you can sort yours, you know? For Capricorn, please. Time for a nap is like you're finally getting a break. Some of you, you could be dealing with some envy around you, Capricorn. If you're dealing with that yourself, then that's something we're also healing. I have to always say it both ways. But it says, I am the same as everybody, but with different challenges. Okay, so this is where we're fixing things within ourselves, but also understanding that other people might be a little bit envious of you and they need to take this affirmation. Let's get you some tea leaf tarot. Okay, sorry, deep breaths. For Capricorn, please. Pulling that face because you just got like a very specific person coming through. Just one more, please. Thank you. Ooh. You have an older man coming through. This could be you or it could be someone. All right, and it's just giving you some extra confirmation for that. This is dealings or relationship with older man. You're a fan. This could be relating to romance or someone you may have met at the party. There is some celebration coming through though. Be careful. All I'm saying, and I don't want to put fear into you. I don't think it's that deep, but I'm just saying that maybe a secret might come out at a party or something like that. Because the Seven of Swords and the Four of Wands, remember I said it's like a social situation? I'm hearing things. I don't like it. Don't like it. Just pay attention, okay? Some of you could be meeting someone at a party, by the way, and that's going to be your karma. Because this did come out here. This is karma. You will reap what you have sown. You will be receiving some advice from a friend. Could be this older man. Could be at the party that you receive it. But I think that advice is going to be very helpful for you. I can hear someone like banging and it's scaring me. Alrighty. Anyway, guys, I love you. I will wish you guys all the best for the week ahead. And I hope to see you guys next time. Alright.